from Just Tutors, and today we are going to learn about matter in our surrounding. So these are the points we will learn: physical nature of matter and characteristics of particles of matter. So everything around us is a matter. We see different shapes, the objects of different shape and size and colors. These are composed of some material called matter. So we are surrounded by matter. We'll learn more about it. So physical nature of matter. Actually, the matter is made up of particles. It is not a continuous. This is made up of lots of particles. We can take small example of anything like you can say a small piece of chalk. So if we analyze it on the molecular level, you will see that's not a continuous and or the full structure, that is made up of small particles like this, and the size of particle is very small. Now let's talk about some characteristics and properties of particles of matter. So the particles of matter have space between them. We can take an example of a lemonade here. So in the water we put some sugar, some salt, and that is dissolved in it. It means it takes some space. So there must be some space between the molecules, between the particles of water. So this experiment shows that the matter has space between the particles. That is all because you can see that is only possible that we can dissolve salt and sugar only if the water particles have space between their particles, between the particle of water. Now another properties is the motion of the particles. The motion of the particle is continuous motion. They have kinetic energy, and they move faster when the temperature rises. So it means the kinetic energy of particles increases with increase in temperature. So we can take example of a ink drop which we can put into the glass of water, so that we can see slowly we can see the motion of the ink drop, and then this ink drop will spread in whole water until we get the same concentration of ink or the same color in the water. So by this we can say that the particles were in the continuous motion, and the motion of the particle is called Brownian motion. Basically it happens because the tiny particle of ink collide with the particle of water and they get mixed with each other. Now the particles attract each other. They have different force of attraction. They have force of attraction between them. So we can take example of two objects. One is iron ball here you can see, and the other one is chalk piece. They have attraction force of attraction. The particle have force of attraction due to which we have this shape, but the amount, the the shape, the force which they have is of the different strength. So we can see, if we hammer the iron ball, the shape of iron ball will not change, but if we hammer the chalk piece, we'll get pieces of the chalk. So here we can say that the iron ball has, the particles of iron ball has stronger force than the chalk piece. Now we talk about diffusion. So the particle of matter mix on their own by showing Brownian moment. That is called diffusion. It is a natural process, And we can understand with the example of wooden stick. So if we light the wooden stick, we can sense the smell. If we light the wooden stick on in the one corner of a room, we can sense the smell of that wooden stick in in the other corner as well. So the process, this happens with the process of diffusion. It takes place from higher concentration to lower concentration. It takes place in liquids and gases, and it also increases with temperature. Now let's see what did we learn. So you can pause the video, try these questions, then we'll move on. Well, if we talk about first one, we have discussed everything around us is matter. And how about physical state? Like we may have different physical state of matter, like solid, liquid, and gas. And the Brownian moment, we discussed about the movement of the particles of matter. And do you remember the example of wooden stick? That will help in the fourth question. Now, thanks for watching this video, and for more you can visit justtutors.com. Thank you.